I've concised this whole thing and I'll present to you in a very concised way, up to the mark, up to the point, to understand the importance and the effect. As I have been still researching on this, the muscle loss is what the research. The, of course, I will not go into much of detail. I'll tell you what muscle loss is all about, how it starts with aging, how it starts with lifestyle. So it's also aging, it's also lifestyle, and what we can do to overcome this, and what are the effects which is taking place because of this. And I have been, I'm at Mickey Mehta as a fitness specialist. A lot of consultation comes to me. Otherwise, also I consult in lectures in different places and the consultations. So the cases comes to me for the consultation. I can get an idea that why is this happening? What are the major reasons behind this? Okay. So to start with the topic, we will just go the muscle loss with aging and its effect on health. Okay, that's the topic. As I said, I have been still researching. There is a lot of research. It's a lot of depth in it. But to understand to a layman term, layman language, to our level, the muscle loss is two things. One, it starts with aging. Okay, now once you have passed your teenage, okay, 20 years is a peak time, 21, 22, 23, 24. But the whole 20s where you're going through, your muscle is quite good, your growth hormones, your testosterone levels, your overall growth, your overall physiology in the body is very nice. Whether you're actually doing any activity or not, goes up. The moment you reach 30, it's not that at 30 you start, all muscle is gone at 30. So that's not the case. But once you touch 30 and you start coming into 30s, and once you're almost approaching 40s, that's the time this muscle loss starts declining very slowly. And after 5 decades, that is, once you reach 50 years, it drastically decreases. Now, what is muscles? What are muscles? What are skeletal muscles? Okay, there are different type of muscles. There is muscle in heart also, cardiac muscles, and there is smooth muscles which are in all the organs like stomach, kidney or something, intestine and everything. So all these are smooth muscles. We don't really lose them. There are the different effect happening on that muscles. But skeletal muscles, which is on our skeleton, like arm muscle, chest muscle, leg muscles, okay, core muscles. Now all these muscles are there for some reason. Several different reasons. So the first, very most important part of this muscle is the mobility, is the functionality. That we function, if we have to get up from the chair, we'll definitely use our leg muscles. If you have to pick up something, you have to go somewhere. So muscle is providing you the strength to perform an activity. At the same time, it is stretching if you are bending. If you bend, the muscle stretches. If you get up, try to pick it up something, muscle contracts. It provides and strength to you to perform an activity. Now, okay, forget performing an activity all the time. But what about activities of daily living? There are few activities, there are a lot of activities which we have to do in a daily living. Like getting up, sitting, taking things, taking bath, everything is where the movement in your body takes place only because of muscle. So first effect of losing muscle is finding it difficult to do your activities of daily living, that is ADL, with age. The first effect. The functionality is not that much. Suddenly you cannot go down. Climbing stairs is a problem. Going up is a problem. Once you sit, getting up is a problem. It's because the muscle is so weak, it's not providing you enough strength to perform your activity. Now this will of course give you more and more sedentary lifestyle. Because you cannot do normal activities of your daily living, of course you will not participate in physical activities. No physical activity, that means your health is start deteriorating. Increased cholesterol, triglycerides, fats is just getting increased. So this is the problem with the muscle loss. And it happens to everybody, even me. So everybody faces this because of the physiological aging inside, the anatomical difference in the body, because body changes physiologically a lot. A 19-year-old boy will be lean and having no fats and nothing. But the moment the same boy says, "I have reached 28 and now the fats just suddenly starts growing." And then we have Indians, after marriage fat increases. Why? Is it wife is coming with the fats and injecting fats in the body?
Happy marriage life.
Now, how happy the married life is, that is still a question mark. But no wife is actually putting fats in your body. You're getting the point? Okay, it's a belief. Normally, psychological people believe that way because it's been going on for a long time. The idea is the more you start aging, physiology inside the body is changing a lot. You cannot even think how body changes the physiology inside. The metabolism is going down. The visceral fats will be in a different way. The subcutaneous fat will start increasing more. Plus now, a person 25, 26, 27-year-old is still facing a lot of problem with health because of the lifestyle. Working 8 hours, 9 hours, traveling 2 hours, 11 hours is gone. No physical activity, absolutely sedentary. And earlier, down the line, you all must be knowing 25 years ago what was Bombay. You either have to eat your own food at home, you go to Chopalti, take a round in some garden, hardly some movies or back home. And all the other way of entertainment is more and more activities. You have to go somewhere for doing some activity. Because movies are hardly there 25 years ago. Now the activities without going out is much. Most of the time you're sitting. And earlier what was a junks? What was a junk earlier? एक वड़ा पाव का गाड़ी होता था कोई जंक्शन पे, so you can hardly go and eat that vada pav. There is nothing available. Now, burgers, pizzas, pastries, chocolates, salad, every possible junk food is available. And with a phone call. Earlier, if you want to go to vada pav, you have to walk and go. So half the time people will say, no, forget it. Now you don't have to go anywhere.
The winner will come to you.
Everything. Subway will come, Domino's will come, McDonald's will come, everything is just a phone call away. And this is all junk. Okay, fine, if you're having a junk and you're still very active, physical activities are going on, you go, you jog half an hour, you do your workout 5-6 days, understood. But lifestyle, absolute sedentary. Sedentary is, in a simple way, you're doing nothing. In terms of physical activity. Of course, you get up, you get to take your bath, get ready, go to office, sit in office 8 hours, take your whatever vehicle, come back to the home, sit, eat food in the night, having dinner, watching TV, sleeping, going on. Apart from this, you're not doing any physical activity which can help you to keep your fitness, your health on a particular level which is required and to sustain. And this is the major reason now, which was earlier happening after 40 is happening around 35. Muscle is started taking place because muscle is not being used at all. Whole the time you're sitting. And that also, people are sitting on a computer. See the posture going. Your hamstring muscles are shortened. If you see, of course, we are not getting into much of anatomy and kinesiology, but this movement takes place with your hamstring muscles, back thigh muscle shortens. It shortens, it flexes your knee. Okay? Keeping it only till there, the whole idea to drive over here is you sit. Okay? 9 hours job, I am sitting. Now see, my posture is all the time neck is stressed, my spine is curved and my hamstring is shortened. Shortened. It's not working. Now this goes for 2 years. One fine day, if you are standing and you try to go down, this hamstring muscle does not even allow you to go further than this at the age of 35. They literally struggling, go down. Oh, I cannot. Muscle is shortened. Once this muscle is shortened, it's trying to pull your pelvic bone. Everybody can understand, 2 bones over here. It's a complete pelvic girdle. Now these muscles are attached to this bone. And once they are shortened from the resting length, it is slightly pulling this bone down. What will happen? Lower back pain starts. And then they say it's because of sitting. It's not because of sitting. It's because of physical inactivity. Plus, not to forget, see your posture. Your posture should be straight. Okay, I might also sit and maybe go in that posture. It's very natural to the human being to do that. But if I come in the morning and I go and I work out the back muscles, the abs muscles, I jog, I do all sort of activities, my posture is still tight. but they are not doing anything to do that. Now what is happening? There is a muscle which keep you erect. But once you start doing this, how this muscle is shortened, this muscle is beyond the length, lengthened. So whatever length is naturally there, over here it is shortened because it is flexed. And over here, what has happened? Because it is getting stretched, it loses that particular length and it goes little more in the length, losing the strength. Now the erection will not be this. Now you will be having a slouch all the time. Why? Because the strength of that muscle is gone. And you are not doing anything. Now this is a loss of strength. After some time, the muscle loss will also start. Now the whole question is that yes, somehow with the lifestyle, and if suppose you are active, you are doing, okay, you every day you go for a walk, you don't sit like this 8 hours. Your job is you walk little, you sit little, you stand little, and you are active, everything is fine, and you go for a walk half an hour, you eat, all well, all in place. But the moment you reach 50, as I said, there is a drastic physiological change in the body which is naturally taking place in every human being. So beyond 50, once you reach there, whether you are, not doing anything wrong to lose muscles, but naturally your muscle is declining because of 50. Your growth hormones, your testosterone levels, your hormone levels are very different at that time. So what is happening? Because of this declining, your muscle loss starts. Functional inability, biggest problem. Second thing, these muscles is a tissue which is very metabolically active. More they are there in the body, your metabolism will automatically be high. It will always keep your fat levels down. So one of the easiest way to cut down fat, instead of having warm water, lemon, honey, belt, sauna belt, steam, different gimmicks which have not given result to anybody in last 50 years. Simple way is to keep your muscle little more in the body. It will increase your metabolism because there is a natural physiological process. It's not that I am telling that or anybody else is telling that. That's a physiological process. These muscles are very active. The more they are more there in the muscle, the more they are in the body, the more they will burn the fuel coming from the fat. So automatically your fat level will be down. So that is one way you are benefiting. Secondly, it allows you to do all your abilities of daily living very nicely, very easily, at your ease, comfort. All muscles are tight, intact, strong, joints are mobile, because not to forget that joint immobility also starts. There is a range of the joint. If that range does not go to the level it has to go all the time, it will get stick. You will have this, and you can only lift this much. You can only go this much. Immobility, joint inflexibility, it's taking place apart from muscles. So the activities of daily living, I am standing, I go, I sit down, I take, I go up, my muscles are flexible, at the same time they are strengthened enough to perform these activities, because we require this. One of the major reason for the people crossing 50 is having problem with age. They say, abhi 50 ho gaya, abhi now you require this. If you sit down, you require some support to get up. Why? It's not required. It's because we have not done anything for it. So if you do something, definitely we will be definitely independent. So independency is very, very, very important for the person getting older. Once he reaches 60 plus, he's definitely he's going to be coming in the old category, and he will be retired now. Any problem to him, he'll be dependent. So this dependency to avoid is what you require to sustain. There is 20% muscle loss taking place by 60 without doing anything wrong to these muscles.
Only 20%.
Depending, 20-25%. No, of course, not more than that. 50% is lost, then finish. So if you see the muscle size of a 25-year-old and a 55-year-old, you will see naturally it has 15-20% gone, loss. Because to sustain the muscles, you require your growth hormones and testosterone level to be good in the body. Now the whole question to everybody is how? Understood, okay, muscle loss is taking place with the lifestyle, without having any wrong lifestyle, but just because of its aging. Everything is fine. The question is, but how to stop it? How we can do something? How and what we can do something which we can reverse this. We can stop it. Because health effect will be too much. You will not understand that why these health problems are coming to me. It's just because your muscle mass is less, your metabolism is less, your triglycerides will go up, your cholesterol will go up. Because metabolically, your whole metabolism is gone down because metabolically active tissue is less in the body. Your triglycerides will increase, your this will increase, and then it may not be the muscle, but because of the effect, you will get other problems. And you will wonder why is this happening? Why is all this happening? It's because the muscle is so. If you see the chain, it's a big chain reaction going on with the muscle loss, and every time you will be facing this problem with aging. So one of the most important thing for the muscle is you walk, you do your activities, you do everything. That's all in place. But to control the muscle, of course, nutrition has to be there. There is no compromise on nutrition that you eat anything and you walk away. You need to eat a proper balanced diet. Nutrition has to be very balanced. You can't eat only one thing. Even if you're eating junk, somewhere or the other, you should be eating the food which is required. Because it's not always about filling up the stomach, no? It's about getting the nutrition. The food is not filling the stomach, it's about getting the nutrition. That's the reason there are so many food. No, otherwise 4 food will do, because anything you will eat, your stomach will get filled. So filling up stomach is one thing, but trying to extract the whole nutrition required by the body from the food is the idea of the right nutrition. So to have this, to stop this muscle loss, the only one thing which can help you is resistance training. Your muscle needs some resistance, a training which is resisting your muscle, it's challenging your muscle, it's trying to put overloading your muscle apart from just from your body weight. If there is an additional weight coming on your muscle and it has to overcome that muscle, it has to overcome that overload which is being put on the muscle will start increasing the strength. Now it's the time where muscle will sustain itself and it will try to grow, because the kind of stress is coming, it needs to grow to take the stress. It needs to grow to take the stress. Now where the stress will come from? If there is any resistance coming on the muscle. So-called weight training, so-called resistance training. Now the biggest trauma over here behind weight training and resistance training is, weight training is only for athletes. If you are a wrestler, if you are a boxer, if you are a bodybuilder, only then you do weight training, otherwise you don't do. Maximum people.
Sir, what do you mean by weight training?
Weight training means you're resisting the muscle. Either you will use your body weight, either you will use an external weight, but you're resisting. See, now I'm standing. I'll go down, I'll pick up something, I'll come up. It's my body weight. It's so easy for my muscle to take it. It will not grow.
Using weights, he doesn't know how to.
So you have to provide little more weight. So if suppose I take 10 kg and sit, now my muscle is taking 10 kg extra. So it will try to grow itself. That's the physiology, how it works. If you see,
You mean load bearing?
so not even you are bearing your body weight. Okay, but this is a constant weight which your muscle is every time taking. If I get up and I walk to the door and come and sit on the chair, that is the only weight muscle is. Muscle is used to this weight. It won't grow with this weight. What you require is overloading. There is a principle called overloading. Now when you overload, that does not mean that you have to take 100 kg and start. Even if I take 10 kgs, 5 kgs dumbbell in hand, that 10 kg is an overload to my muscle. Now if you see, normally you heard of fracture, hand or anything get fractured. If you see, this is a bone, okay, hand, leg, any bone you can imagine. If there is a fracture here, bone gets fractured. Okay. Okay, you'll go to. Sorry. Hello. Bone gets fractured, you will get the cast. Doctor will tell you bed rest, whatever. But if you see this bone after 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, it will be healed. But there will be a additional projection like this, which is a part of the bone. Any bone which is fractured, you see the X-ray after 6 months. Any relative, any friend, you will have this too. Why? It's because the stress was so hard that bone actually fractured. Now you had a fall, you had an accident, that you know. The bone inside does not understand that. The intelligence is not built in there. What is the threat to the bone is because the stress was too much, I have sustained a fracture. Now if suppose same amount of stress comes again, I will again have a fracture. So better to put little more on it so that next time if the same amount of stress comes, I will not fracture. So this is extra calcium, vitamin D, protein and combined, and it is not only here, it is round the bone. Okay, the bone is round and this whole calcium thing is round like a ring on the bone. It's only for the presentation purpose, it can be seen from the side like this. So there will be an extra deposition of calcium, vitamin D and forming a bone and keeping it. So what's the whole idea behind this? The idea is not to sustain a fracture again if in case same amount of stress comes. Same thing goes with
Muscle.
now muscle, of course, does not sustain a fracture. But if you take a little more weight, it is contracting, is working very hard. So fiber inside, tissue inside get little traumatized. That what is this happening? So much of stress has come. So tomorrow if so much of stress comes, we can get damage. This threat comes to the muscle because muscle does not know that you are standing with 10 kg of dumbbell and working out. What it will do? Will increase in size like this and relax. That if the same amount of stress comes, I have no problem. Body does not have intelligence inside. It works with the stress comes to it. Using that, taking the advantage of that, we do resistance training. Not only the muscle, but the bone, the cartilage, the ligaments, the tendons, the whole structure from top to bottom starts strengthening itself because the stress is coming not only on the muscle, but on the bone, but on the tendon, but on the ligament and cartilage and everything. And because of this, to increase this bone, to increase this muscle, we require hormones, human growth hormones, that is HGH and testosterone. And to support, there are several different hormones. The body will try and push all the glands to secrete more of these hormones so that the muscle can increase and sustain the stress, sustain the challenge coming to it.
This will happen at any age?
If you start at 50, of course the effect won't be as 25. But if you have not started, that does not mean the effect is gone finished. You can still start. There will be effect which will be 30% less, which it could be in the age of 25, but you can still benefit. And if you start at 25, little weight, there should be a slight mild pain coming in your muscles. With 10 kg dumbbells, you will feel little breathless. That's resistance training is all about. Because the whole idea of trauma of this resistance training is giving trouble and to people is why? Because you go to gym and you see one big bodybuilder with 5 plates standing and doing. So you think it is only for bodybuilders. It's not wrong. For a human psychology, what he sees he believes. That's right. But wherever and whenever you go, anybody lifting weight, you will see a huge person. Or maybe not a bodybuilder, but he will be a power lifter. So he is putting some 100 kg and lifting in Olympics. So people think it's not for us. That way we go for jogging, we go for slow jogging in the morning. Why? Are we going to run marathon? We are not a long distance runner, so why are we running? We are not long distance runners, so why would we require running? So every time you do some activity, that does not mean you have to be a competitor athlete. You don't have to be a competitive athlete for that. It is for what you require. So you require jogging, You require walking that will build up your cardio, that will build up your overall health which comes from cardio. But there is another aspect of fitness called resistance training, which is very, very important to sustain the muscle and to give you overall strength, flexibility, performance, activity of daily living, functionality. All this will come from a resistance training because all your muscle. You see people walking on the road, people working in the field. At 60 also they have no problem. Why? They don't have a lifestyle what we have also. But they are working in field. It's activity going on for 6 hours, 7 hours. So they eat anything, they don't sustain any fat, at the same time they are strong. They can sit down, get up. A 60-year-old coming from a village will be better than 30 over here. Why? He's doing their activity. It's all muscles and everything. So because all work in the field is either you're walking, either you're lifting, either you're keeping. It's all physical work which is challenging your muscle in another way. It's only that their nutrition is not that good. If their nutrition is good, they will be the best fitness and health they will be having. They are most of them malnourished because they eat the same food all the time, whatever is available. It's not that they are having chicken, then they are having some nuts, they are having some fruit, some vegetables. The balanced nutrition is not taking place with them. Otherwise, they will be the most fittest and healthiest people compared to all our luxuries and leisures over here what we have. So the whole idea is little resistance training. You require cardio to jog, keep your heart and lungs healthy, cardiopulmonary system. You do little resistance training which keeps your bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, cartilage, everything healthy, your skeletal system which supports you with the functionality. You do little flexibility. So at the same time you are flexible, you are not stiff, you have to get down, you go down, you touch, your muscles are flexible, you go up, your muscles are flexible. Enough to serve you with the daily activities. We are not going to become a gymnast. So many times you see people doing little bit stretching. Everybody will be doing some of this stretching. Are we going to become a gymnast? No. But we require? Yes. So everything is required, but to the level what we require. Okay. For a gymnast, it is required that the flexibility should be hyper flexible. For a power lifter, it requires that they have the strength of lifting 100 kg in a short amount. That is the requirement. But we have to use the tool which is for everybody. So cardio, flexibility, resistance training, very important. And now what is happening? People do cardio, people do little bit of flexibility, they go home. Muscle is still getting lost because there is no resistance coming on it from. They require some resistance to the muscle. Resistance training is very important. You can do it with a dumbbell, you can do it with a kettlebell, you can do it with a resistance tube. Anything as a resistance you can use. And provide some resistance. Kettlebell is there, resistance tube is there, you put the resistance tube, everybody knows resistance tube? A tube with 2 handles. So you hook it anywhere, do some chest press, put it down, do some biceps, put some triceps, okay, take it down, do some back, put it down, take it up, do some squats. Little resistance to all the muscle will help you sustaining the muscle. And the muscle loss will be stopped, good amount, under good supervision, done regularly to a good level, good intensity, it will help you reversing it
So
also.
what does that mean? What rope did you say?
It's a resistance tube, not a rope. If you go anywhere you will get it. It's a tube. Okay, it's a tube which is a rubber and at the end you have a handle like this.
I've seen in shops.
Sorry?
I've seen in shops.
Yes.
Sports shop.
All sports shops.
You have to hold and put it.
Put it in the leg. Some exercises you can do it with your, sometimes you require a hook, you can put it anywhere, this, anywhere. Just you require some resistance and you have different level also, 1 to 5.
But to get resistance training for all the muscle, because generally what happens if you do anything, major this thing resistance is this and legs. But to get your for backbone, back muscles and all what?
Yes, you can use that resistance, you can join a gym where there is little amount of weight available. So you go to gym, there may be 100-200 pound dumbbell, you take your 10 pounds and you do it. See, now gyms are available everywhere. Okay, joining gym is not that difficult. So you can just take an entry, so you don't have to struggle with the resistance tube. That is only if you don't have time, no way there is gym nearby or something, then you can still go. And you can get some kettlebell, something. There are still equipments available. With 2-3 equipments you can still train yourself. Most of the time you can just take 2 kettlebells, you're doing squats, you're doing lunges, you're doing deadlift, you're working all your lower body muscles.
Doing push-ups and all this thing, that is
Also resistance. But what is happening after a period of time, the body will not take the effect of push-ups because it's just a body weight.
Yes.
And you may tend to come this way, use this muscle, that, but when you're doing a chest press with a dumbbell or a resistance tube, it is you're precisely hitting the muscle. So the whole idea is every muscle should feel little resistance so that it sustains there and there is no muscle loss taking place. Your hormones are all leveled. So the moment this, instead of getting lost and instead of just being sustained what it was, if it increases, the benefit is unimaginable. The moment this will increase, your hormones will be up. Your whole physiology will be different. Your heart functions properly, your blood pressure drops down with the resistance training because there is a dilation in your blood vessels. Your muscle increasing, there is a lot of blood flow to all the muscles because you're doing a resistance training, it's contracting heavily. The blood flow is good, the nutrition, the oxygen, everything to the muscle will go differently. Your muscles are nourished, they will be fresh, giving you overall health benefits. If it is more in number, your cholesterol will be down, your triglycerides will be down because your fats will be down in the ratio. Plus, because you have good amount of muscle, you'll be able to climb the walk, climb the steps, down, up, all activities with the ease, without sustaining an injury. Why we sustain injury? It's because the muscle is weak, the muscle is lost. We don't know what muscle is lost and we still try to do the activity which we were doing when we were before in earlier ages. So what happens? That not knowingly we are still doing the activity, sustain an injury. Major reason to sustain an injury is muscle loss. You do resistance training, your strong muscles will take all the stress, you will never face an injury. Suddenly you sleep in a bathroom and there is a fracture.
Yeah.
You see athletes, football players and all that, so many times they fall on the ground. Running there, every time they are falling, every 2 minutes they are falling. There is no fracture unless it is too high or somebody's stamp or something that happens. No? So every athlete, somewhere or other they are falling in the game. But they never sustain and good fall, good impact on the bones and the muscles everywhere. Because you don't know, you're suddenly running and you get a push and you fall, there is a jerk, impact on the bones, but it never breaks. Why? Because training, it's very strong. As I said, that not only the muscle but inside bone also gets strong. Bone also gets thicker with the regular resistance training. The most important reason, maximum time you get a problem with knees. Okay, everybody with aging. Why? Is it required? Is it something which is coming to you as a legacy?
No.
It's why this is your thigh bone which is coming from up. This is your lower bone which is called tibia. This is your muscles. Presentable enough to understand?
Yes.
This is your thigh muscle which is coming down. Now what happens when this muscle starts weakening, weakening? What happens? This bone is holded by the muscle. See my muscles over here. These are quadricep muscles. These are holding my thigh bone tightly up. The moment this muscle is weak, it will start leaving the bone slowly down. What will happen? This bone will come and touch this bone. Because the particular rope or particular muscle which is holding it tight, himself is getting loose. Itself is getting loose. Slowly it will come and start touching down. All the bone in the end covered with a cartilage. In a layman term, you can say a rubber coating, which is always there in the tables. Okay, here, the precise example. Why is this? Because if this metal rubs on the floor, it will either spoil the floor, either it will get spoiled of itself. So to avoid that, there is a coating. So to avoid this rubbing, there is a cartilage to each other. A rubber coating at the end of the bone. Now what happens? Initially when it starts wearing off the cartilage. And this cartilage goes little, you start getting severe pain and you cannot walk. And the more this cartilage keep going because your muscle is still rubbing. Once the cartilage is over, it starts hitting the bone. And once it wear off the bone, irreversible. Knee replacement. Major reason happening every now and then with everybody. Now why it is happening everywhere? Neck also, belt, core area gone, belt. But why it happens more in the knee is because whole weight is bared by knee joint. Here the weight is less, but still there is a muscles here. Behind, in the side, in the front, this muscle gets weakened, your bone, this is a movement, your bone starts again rubbing like same. Spondylitis. Lumbar spondylitis. The muscles around core area muscle is start weakening. What will happen? The bones start compressing, rubbing because you have movement.